Hey everyone, new weekly challenge, Dream Challenge Part 2. Let's just see what's in store for us, shall we? So, come on. Secure the lodge, open the gate to get away from the lodge. Looks like we've got some humans, looks like we've got some armored walkers. Alpha is our hero for this week. She's okay. I like the fact that you have extra movement. Well, you're very likely to have extra movement. She slightly reduces the chance that you're going to get body shots, but that counts for nothing. Once you get to a respectable difficulty, you're going to be landing body shots. It's just that minor reduction in that chance doesn't make any difference whatsoever. What is handy, again, is that movement. You very often find yourself with additional movement. I think I'd probably prefer the Great Ninja Herschel for that kind of thing. The old man with one leg who is probably the fastest character in the entire game, because he is. Now, I'm wondering where these Shumis are. I think they spawn behind the truck. If they're going to just leave us alone, if they're just going to stay there and not do anything, that kind of suits us for the moment. There you go. Hello, Henry. How you doing there, pal? How would you feel about having a bullet in your face? Turns out he's fine with it. Good lad. Okay, we've got threat counter, so that means that if we're making noise, we are creating problems for ourselves. So far, it's been okay. Now, I'm sure that normally when we play this, there's more humans. There he is. Great. And you can see one of the things that I did there was to just simply keep Overwatch on, wait for them to come rushing out at us, and then take them down. Having weapons like this, where you can stun them, very useful on harder levels, because harder difficulties, because of course, you know, killing them outright is going to take some work. Setting them on fire, great idea. Stunning them, great idea. Crippling them, fantastic idea. Try and stay out of range, which is a little bit tricky because this is a slightly not cramped map, but they can get close to you all the same. If you're really struggling, try doing things like bringing warriors with maces, bruisers, that kind of thing, so that you can very easily stun them. Things like the Decimator. I bought the Champion Assault Rifle because it has that long range. I could stay out of range and still hit them pretty badly. And it does have a stunning charge attack. So, I mean, I thought that was a pretty good idea. Although, to be fair, now that I remember the map, you're probably going to be a little bit more up close and personal that you want. That's a problem. If they have assault rifles, they're going to be able to hit you because you're more likely to be bunched up. If they have a pistol or a rifle, they're probably going to be in range. Being able to interrupt them, great idea. Find the container with the survivors. Okay, so we got some humies. Do we want the same loadout? I think so. Now, something that I could give Alpha is the burnout rifle with its infinite range and ability to set things alight. But let's keep the 7mm Harrier. Got a bit more utility with that. Yes, here we are. So that's it. We've got a couple of ways that we can do this. Now, we could blow up that fence. And maybe on these earlier levels, that's not such a crazy idea. If we blow this up, it should blow up all of the other barrels. Great, yes, it opens the gate as well. If you have melee characters, you can just knock that gate down. I want some charge points there for Princess. Thomas, you're probably going to go for us, aren't you? Let's keep Princess there. So taking out those barrels, great way of taking out any troublesome walkers. Gives you a good access to those containers. But you can always, and I'll just demonstrate it here, you can make your way through here. If you happen to have Glenn, of course, great for this kind of mission. You can open those containers. You can double push that immensely heavy bin. You don't know where they are. Guess nobody's alive. So be ready for that. When you actually open the container that you want, a walker is going to rush out at you. Yeah, it's just a normal, simple walker. But if you haven't got any actions and you're on a high difficulty setting, it's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? You've got a threat counter, so noise is a consideration. You start blowing up all of those barrels. Using guns, you're going to create more threat. So you really do have a choice here to go with a sort of sneaky option by going down the bottom side of the map. Leave the humans and the walkers to fight each other. That's perfectly valid. Or just go in there, all guns blazing, blow the hell out of everything. You know, it's an option. Glenn, definitely consider taking him. Getting that double push on the bin. Give him a swift strike weapon. You could, say, open a container, kill something, open another one, push something, kill a nearby walker, go back and push the thing again. He's handy on those kinds of missions. I suppose Alpha is an okay hero because you have those extra movement options. So that's something. Close off the building and get out of this hell. The gates of hell. How very exciting. Let's swiftly swap to the hazard shotgun, shall we? See how that works out for us. Yeah, okay then. So as soon as we start working on that, we have a walker appear right next to us. I do remember, I am familiar with these maps. I remember these being pretty good. Now what I'm wondering is, can we spawn block this? Yeah, now it may just be because it closed there, but that may be an option where you start right outside that door. If you stay there, it might be worth looking and seeing if you can actually just stop the walkers from coming out. Very easy way of dealing with them, really. While everything is behind this door, you know, you can pick them off at range, but you do have a threat counter. So you got some options. Maybe you could pick some ranged weapons that don't make any noise, some weapons that reduce threat, you know, or just try and overpower everything. Just hit everything with everything you've got. As you get to harder difficulties, there's probably going to be tougher walker types making an appearance. Yes, of course, there's some walkers there waiting for us at the exit. Don't forget, obviously, if you have Yumiko, and this is something that still sort of comes as a surprise, if Yumiko shoots and another character is within range and has line of sight to her target, they will also shoot it. And that is even if they're doing things like opening a door. Even if they are busy with something, they will turn and shoot. So ordinarily, when you're opening a door or you're interacting with something like that fuse box, whatever, it's like you've lost the use of a character for as long as they are engaged with what they're doing. If you have Yumiko and they're a ranged character and you fulfill all of those other conditions, they can still contribute to your firing line, which is just pretty damn nice. And no, Yumiko doesn't have to be the leader for that to work. So I'm not sure what the dream theme is here. Don't know why these are counted as dream-related missions, but okay. Fix the bridge, grab the bag, and get out. Now, I think that this is quite a long map, so I'm going to bring the burnout rifle. It has infinite range. You may not have this. You may not have the burnout or any other sniper rifle. It's fine. I know that I've definitely completed this mission on higher difficulties. I remember struggling with it, and I think I bought 2 melee characters. I don't think I had the burnout rifle at the time, but it was the starbound rifle, another infinite range rifle anyway. And yeah, that worked out great guns. Another one where we've got a threat counter, so there's, you know, a bit of a theme there. Aha, yes. So, first tippity top tip is that one of your characters is isolated. It looks like whoever you have in that last slot is going to be on the left side of the map. The other 2 characters are going to be on the right. So I think that's always the case. I forgot about that. This poor person over here is going to have to keep on dealing with walkers as they flood in. There'd better be a tough so-and-so. You can, of course, as I have here, equip somebody with a very long-range weapon and have them keep sniping across. But perhaps getting this bridge built ASAFP is a good idea so that they can just start retreating. Got an exploding walker as well. That's a good thing and a bad thing. I'm not going to start opening that yet, just in case something weird happens. So we've got an armored walker there. Okay, so we simply just opened that bag, and that's fine. That doesn't trigger anything specific. Okay, and that is where the walker is going to appear when the threat counter hits 0. Obviously, if you do want to snipe, like Alpha just did there, you can leave them on Overwatch and you won't make any noise. And you want to be using Alpha as much as possible anyway, as the leader. Get those extra stars. As soon as you've got to really switch to a competitive team, fine, swap her out, use whatever effective team. But you may as well get those extra points. Again, she's not Jerry. You can use her for quite a while. She's an okay character in terms of effectiveness. You want to get at least 610 stars so that you are getting as many seasonal event tokens as you can. You earn seasonal event tokens and up to the point where you've got 610 points in the weekly challenge. And of course, if you click on the seasonal event, it will tell you the other ways that you can get those tokens. Oh, attach the cable before the horde arrives. This is yeah, this one's kind of bonkers. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that. This one has some strange victory conditions. So there are times when I've played this map and then it's just been a loss, even though I thought I'd done everything. I think if the walkers advance far enough, that really counts against you. Is there anyone down there? No. Great. And there you go. We can see that we've got to interact with these. Again, you know, Glenn could be useful. He can open the boot and he can get to, you know, those thingies that you're interacting with in one turn. Doesn't look like there's anyone else here. No, I'm not going to use Yumiko, actually. Yeah, I am. Princess, of course, Has a widespread weapon that can cripple targets. You can see why that might be useful. I'm going to rush out now. I'm going to make her slow all of these chumps down. She might even push some of them back. Otherwise, stun them. Wow, loads of walkers to the north of the car where Alpha started. That is a very good point, actually. You might want to poke your head above and below those cars at the starting points, just to make sure that there's nothing there that can get you. Now, this is a great mission for farming. But you don't want to dilly-dally. You don't want to hang around too long, because if you do, the walkers get behind you, and then it counts as a loss. Simplest thing that you can do really for that mission is to just rush through it. Get those cables connected, escape. Don't let the walkers get near you. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit easier said than done. Definitely do what I didn't do there, which is check above and below the cars for straggling walkers. Take them out so that they don't start like attacking you when you can't defend yourself because you're attaching the cables. Don't let that mass of walkers get too close. Certainly don't let them get behind you. Okay, head it through the grapevine, find the grapes. What are we doing? That's weird. Oh, this one. Yeah, I think I remember this one. I keep on recommending him, and I haven't used him yet. We're using Glenn. Yes, tactical armor for Glenn, please. Even though his weapon's got swift strike, does that negate tactical? Kind of does, I suppose. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. Don't want to advance too much just in case there's something going to come at us. Oh, I didn't change Alpha's weapon. Maybe I should have done. Right, now we can see that hedge there is glowing red. That means that when we search that, something's going to give us a surprise. So maybe what we want to do is we want to leave that to last. Yes, that works. Whoa. Okay, boy oh boy, did we take our eye off the ball there. Okay, so there's a top tip. Flipping. So what I'm guessing is that walker popped out when we finished searching, when we found everything. And started attacking Alpha. So there's a very, very handy tip then. Guess that happens. That's kind of a really, really handy thing to show what not to do. So let's do it again. Let's not make that mistake. Is bringing Glenn a good idea? I still think it is, actually. I think we really got everything searched very quickly. It's just that we didn't watch our back. We didn't cover ourselves. And we paid for it. Oh, are we happy to advance with just 1 star? I don't think we are, actually. Let's give it another go. 23 gold. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Let's swiftly swap this. Let's do it properly this time. So Glenn, I mean, if you're really struggling, Glenn could be a leader. Obviously, we just made a silly, it's a silly mistake. But even when you're on lower levels, you gotta remember that there's stuff that can surprise you, just as happened there. There's a threat counter to this one as well, so maybe that's a consideration. Glenn there has a fantastic weapon which reduces threat. Okay, and this time This time we're going to have to search that red, whatever it is, shrub. Let's see what's in there. Okay, so it is a tank. So a tank will jump out at you from the bottom of the screen. Make sure that you're not anywhere near there, or over to the far left where we had that nasty little surprise on this last run through. I'm not going to make any additional noise here. I don't think we need to bring more attention to ourselves. The walkers spawn in from the right. Always handy to know. Glenn, do you want to take this one? Nope. Guess you don't. You know, if Glenn had got the kill, we'd have got some extra supplies. So, okay, so there you go. That's maybe a much better way of doing it. Maybe keeping you guys together is a good thing. Obviously, I had Glenn because he is so quick at doing the searching. But that does mean that you might wind up splitting your team a little bit. Far less of a problem if you know where the walkers are going to come from, which angle of attack they're going to use, and now you know. That's the whole point of doing these videos. And there you go, less than 22 minutes, 660 stars. That's the bare minimum that you're going to want to get, really, if you want to keep progressing along the seasonal events. That plus completing the distance with the distance booster, the reward booster, and of course whatever daily challenges it throws at you. Well, there you go, Dream Challenge Part 2. That's what's in store. If you do have any dramas with any particular missions, then, you know, do say. If I do happen to get to the end of this, I will do a video of it on the hardest difficulty. Doesn't always happen, just because of time, basically. But I'll see if I can do that for this one. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching.